Kia ora. It's Papa Tim here from Warrior Kids. How's your day going? Where are you right now? Are you at school? Are you at home? In the car? Where are you? What's happening with your day? What are you doing right now? What's the weather like where you are? Recently in Warrior Kids, we've been looking at anger. So in Warrior Kids, we look at all our emotions because our emotions are very powerful, and they can, if we live in a way to harness those emotions, we can have a very fulfilling life. And anger, of course, is one of those emotions. So we've been looking at anger. I love anger. It's a powerful emotion, a very strong emotion. And with anger, it's a tool that we can use. Anger's good. I love anger. That might surprise you, because a lot of the time we have this negative idea of anger, that it's destructive, that it hurts people. No, that's not anger. That's people's reaction to anger. They feel angry and that's how they react. It doesn't have to be like that. By being more reflective, by understanding our emotions more, we can respond to those emotions and use them in our life in a very strong way. Anger is wonderful. Anger is a boundary setter. If someone's picking on you, you can get angry and you can say, no, leave me alone, back off. That's what anger should be for. Anger is, I imagine you have witnessed anger with your parents, that sometimes they have corrected you, that maybe you weren't doing the right thing and they have had to growl you. That can be a very constructive use of anger. And that's awesome, because in a way that's your parents showing you how to use anger in a constructive, powerful way that is not negative. Of course, destructive management of anger, or anger, action from anger, is when people become abusive, yell, put down, hit, hurt others. That's the destructive way of dealing with anger. But it doesn't have to be like that. Anger is very powerful. Believe me, I've used anger many times. If I'm walking in the bush, I love to go for bush walks. It's really good for me. And if I'm at the bottom of the hill and I'm looking all the way up, I can think about those things that I'm angry about, and believe me, I'll get to that top of that hill no problem at all, because anger is a drive. It's a driving energy, and it can get a lot of things done. And there are things that we should feel angry about. What sort of things make you feel angry? Think about it for a moment. What sort of things make you feel angry? It's very easy to look out in our world, watch the news and see people getting hurt. We have this COVID virus at the moment, and a lot of people are dying. Death is one, losing loved ones. Of course, we feel sad. Sadness is an initial emotion. It's one, and it's an emotion we feel first, like fear. A secondary emotion is anger. So anger can kick in afterwards. Sometimes it actually can feel like at the same time. And that anger, of course, is to protect ourselves. And there's times where we should feel angry. If someone's hurting us, hurting others, if we do lose a loved one, if things don't work out like we're planning for things to be a certain way and it doesn't work out, families breaking apart, there's a lot of reasons to feel angry, and it's right to feel angry. There's nothing wrong with it. And how do you know you feel anger? What happens in your body when you feel angry? How can you identify it? It's really important. It's a bit like working out the tension. It's realizing when we are getting stressed or feeling that tension. So you're looking at things like the body tightening. What happens for you when you feel angry? I know for me, my jaw clenches. I get a tight jaw. Clenches up through here. My body gets all tight. And I get a little bit grumpy. So if I'm doing the dishes, I'll be banging the dishes a bit more. Or if I close the cupboard in the kitchen, I might close it a bit harder than normal. So those are my signs. That's telling me, hey Tim, not feeling so good. What's going on? What are you angry about? What are you upset about? And that's really important. So it's identifying those things that we feel angry about. This is all about managing our anger, because we have to be safe. We have to be safe with our anger. Anger can destroy your life, or it can enhance your life. If we go around hurting others, we're just going to get in trouble. People aren't going to trust us. Yeah, not good. You know, I've worked with angry adults. Some of them have talked to me about losing their families because of their anger, because they couldn't control their anger. They weren't able to practice that self-control, and they got angry and they hurt their loved ones, and then they lost them. Their family left, and they weren't allowed to go around the home, and the separation and so on. So anger can be very destructive if we don't manage it in a constructive way. So what we did first, of course, is we looked at the sort of things that make us feel angry. Then it's identifying the anger, how we know we feel angry. You know, what temperature would you put with anger? Is it cold? Is it warm? Is it hot? What colours would you associate with anger? Blue? Red? Things to think about, because these are all ways of identifying our anger. There's also the little picture. Hey, little picture, big picture. Little picture, big picture. When people get really angry, their thoughts tend to narrow and become really quite negative and focus just on the little picture. So only the thing they're angry about. Not like when we're really relaxed. Big breaths when we're really relaxed, not feeling angry at all, like when we're happy and calm. Then we have a big picture, so we can remember all the things that are good in our life, the people that love us. Of course, when we're angry, we get a little picture. We don't see that. We just think about the bad things, or just that one thing that we're angry about, and we stew on it, and our mind can go over and over. These are all signs that we're feeling angry. Then what can we do when we feel angry? What can you do when you feel angry? How can you keep yourself safe when you feel angry? Perhaps as a classroom you could discuss this. Or with your family. How do you keep safe when you feel angry? Me, I go for a bit of time by myself, so I have some self-time. Breathe. If I'm in the car or something like that, breathing, big breaths. In through the nose and then out through the mouth. I will do things if I'm angry. A good way to get the dishes done. Good things to do when you're angry. Vacuum cleaning, mowing the lawns. There's lots of things that you can do. Also, when you're angry, having some nice food, having a cup of tea. If you need to get outside and be physical, go for a run, kick a ball around, jump on a trampoline. There's lots of things you can do to keep yourself safe when you feel angry. Talk about it. What else can you do? These are things that we should explore and discuss, because it helps us to keep safe. And I want you to be safe, because that means you can have a good life. And I want you to have a good life. I want you and your family to have a good life. If you've been around anger, if you've seen it, it can be pretty big. And if you've seen it in adults, it can feel really unsafe. So, I want you to have a good life. So I want you to start, self-control. You want to succeed in life? Self-control. It's the big key. So start thinking about this anger. Talk about it in your class. Talk about it with your family. Explore it. How can you keep safe when you feel angry? It's fine that you feel angry. That's fine. And when mum and dad say no, you might feel angry. Mum and dad should say no, though. They should say no. Can't always be yes. So I back your mum and dad up on that. But it's right also that you feel angry. But how will you be with that anger? Hurting, abusing, yelling. It's not going to get you what you want. It's only going to hurt you in return. So love to you and your family. Be safe. Be safe with your anger. And I will talk to you soon. Ka kite.